Hello, year 4. I hope that all of you are healthy and safe. Today we are going to complete our topic, magnetism. We will cover from page 7 to page 10 in your study note. Let's start and please concentrate. Last time we talked about magnets, how they have been discovered, what are their popular shapes, and what are their main properties. Let's recap one more time so we could remember the important points. As we said before, every magnet must have two poles, North Pole and South Pole. Magnetic poles are the areas of magnet which have the most powerful force of attraction. And as we knew, the force of attraction is known as magnetism. So magnetism is concentrated at the two poles and decreased as we go to the center of the magnet. One more time, magnetism is concentrated at the two poles and start to decrease as we go to the center of the magnet. Also, we discussed the law of attraction and repelling, and we knew that like poles or same poles repel. In another word, push away from each other. While these like poles or different poles attract. In another word, pull to each other. So please remember very well that when you place same poles near to each other, they are going to repel or push away. But if you place two magnets with two different poles, they will attract to each other. So far, we have learned that magnet is a very special. Now we are going to know more about magnets. Magnets produce an area of magnetic force called the magnetic field. As you see in this picture, there are many curved lines. These lines represent the magnetic field, or in another word, the area of the magnetic force. However, please note that magnetic fields are invisible. We cannot see them. One more time, remember that magnetic field is the area or space around the magnet in which the effect of the magnetic force appears. While magnetic force is the ability of the magnet to attract magnetic materials exist in its field. Do you know that magnetic force or magnetism can work at distance? Yes, magnetism can work at distance. Magnetism can work without touching the magnetic material. In another word, if you place a magnet near a magnetic material without touching each other, the magnet will attract the object due to magnetism. So how do we know that there is a magnetic field although it's invisible? Let's know the answer. We cannot see a magnetic field around a magnet, but if we use iron fillings, we can. What's meant by iron fillings? Iron fillings are tiny bits of the metal iron. And as we know, iron is attracted to magnet because it's one of the most popular magnetic materials. Look at the pattern in the following picture. This is a magnet has been placed over iron filling. Please take a focused look on this pattern. You need to use it later. Let's take some notes. The iron fillings are arranged around the magnet in a regular way. But did you note something in this pattern? Yes, the largest amount of the iron fillings are assembled at the two poles. Why do you think this happens? Try to think. Think one more time. Why the largest amount of the iron fillings are assembled at the two poles of the magnet? Perfect. Because as we said before, The two poles of magnet have the most powerful force of attraction. That's why when you place magnet on iron fillings, you will find out that the most amount or the largest amount will be assembled at the two poles. After we had known all this information about magnets, how do we going to use magnets? Magnets are useful for many things in everyday life. Can you believe that magnets are found inside cars, mobile phones, and computers? Do you know that magnets can lift cars? Yes, some magnets are super strong. They can even lift the cars. In scrap yards where broken and damaged cars are brought, they reuse their metal parts to operate new vehicles or sell them to metal recycling companies. But how will they move these huge parts? Scrap yards usually have huge magnets to move cars and metals as shown in the picture. This is a special magnet called an electromagnet, which is usually operated by electricity. Magnetic games? Yes, some magnets are used to make children's toys and games, like the magnetic fishing game, which is the most popular one. I think that most of you already played with this fishing game many and many times. Did you remember it? Well then. By this slide, our today's session has finished. Please write down all your questions in a piece of paper so we can discuss them later on Thursday during the online session. Your today's homework will be in your workbook, but please note that in page 48, you have to answer question number 1 only. In page 48, you have to answer question number 1 only. And you have to answer pages 49 and 51. By the end of this week, a model answer will be sent to you so you can check your answers easily. Thank you so much, my beloved students, for your concentration. And be ready for our next session as we are going to talk about electricity. Goodbye.